Can you just check once? I think it will just turn it on at the very time. Oh. Is there some problem? Now? Now how is it? You should have told me this before. Just give me a second. I'll make it perfect. I don't know. I'll maybe edit, try. Is it fine now? Is it fine or not? Just tell me that. Yeah. It is? Right. Is it lagging behind by a bit? A lot. Okay. Hey there! Okay, so you guys can shoot in your messages because I can see 4 people watching but nobody is really texting. Am I receiving the messages late or something like that? Is it? Okay. Hey Samya, everything good. You say how you doing? Don't forget to like the stream and subscribe the channel at the same time. Do join in the live stream. Okay, you're good. That's good. Don't forget to share the stream as well. I did not wanted the camera to be like this, but it is what it is. You guys can shoot in questions related to science and yeah, whatever you like. I'd see if I have any knowledge about it. Here's my laptop, so don't consider me mad for looking here. Hey Siddhi. Don't forget to share the stream with your friends. Yes, please, as Siddhi says. I'm sorry for the background noise. Is it audible in the live stream? Okay. There's a little bit of lag, I guess. And I don't think that you can see only me on the screen. Is there other things also visible on the screen? Are there other things as well? It is just me? Are you sure? Because I can see other stuff here. As in names of people. Okay. You guys can shoot in your questions, just make it as interactive as possible. I'm waiting for your messages, okay, and also for other people to join. I just planned it to be in the landscape mode, but yeah, portrait wanted to be here. So for the whole time I'll be just adjusting my camera and do nothing else. Don't forget to shoot in your messages. I just want it to be interactive. I can't go speaking anything. By the way, the next video that I'm coming up with is about constellation. One of my subscribers asked me to make a video about constellation. So if you don't know, then the most beautiful constellation up in the night sky is Orion. So I'll be making a video about it, and it is very easy for you to see Orion in the night sky. So here it is night, so you can see Orion with three stars lined up. So if you see 3 stars lined up, then it's the Orion constellation, or more popularly known as the Hunter constellation. I'm I'm waiting for your questions, whosoever three are here. I know, right? Orient constellation is actually very interesting to know about. And if you just read about it related to the Greek mythology, then it becomes more interesting. So I'll surely make a lengthy, like for 10 minutes video around about Orient constellation. Don't forget to share the live stream with your friends. I just want it to be interactive and for this live stream to have a meaning to it. I can still see just 3 people here. Yeah, don't forget to like and share the stream. Down to 2 now. Please make the live stream interactive. This is my second stream, and I hope that this is better than the first stream, because in the first stream it was one of my worst presentations in life. And that's why I chose to come live on Sunday, because it's a holiday. And in half an hour from now, I have to get back to work. The last stream was much more interactive than this. At least there were 2 people who were active. Here it's 0. Though the number of people watching is, yeah, the same. Don't forget to share the stream. Shoot in your text, I'm not here to sit. I'm sorry again for the background noise. Anya, can you just ask him to not do that? Maybe make them a call or something. Yeah, better. Can you just share the link? Can you just share it? Sorry? Share it. Not in the chat box, and you don't share them. Okay, yeah, fine. Don't forget to drop in your questions. Okay, yes, here's one. Yeah, so you wanted to talk about Orion constellation. Let me talk about it here. So the upcoming video is about constellations, because I think Radhika was her name, asked me to make a video about it, about constellations. So I thought that the first one that should I make about is Orion, because Orion is the most beautiful constellation in the night sky. It is also known as the Hunter constellation, as it said. And I also want to talk about how to see like how to study the night sky with your naked eye. So you don't need a telescope to look at that constellation. You can look at that constellation with the naked eye. So for Orion constellation, it's like 3 stars lined up in one, then it's the Orion constellation. If you just want to detect the Ursa Minor or Ursa Major, then it's a different process. So in that video, I'll just be talking about constellations, and particularly about the Orion constellation. Anya, can you just do that? Yeah, so here I have one more. Okay, Saturn, Earth. Okay, so here's the thing, the twin planets which used to be there is Earth and Venus, for a reason, because the geography of both of these planets was almost the same. In case of Saturn, Saturn is made up of gas. So, and you see, Earth is not made up of gas. Had Earth been made up of gas, then we might not be here. Like, we would not be here for sure. Then, but in case of Saturn, it's completely made up of gas, and if you just take out Saturn from its orbit, like hypothetically, and drop it into the ocean of the Earth, it is so light that it will float over the ocean. It will float over the water. So that's why the geography of both of these planets is very different, and also in every way these planets are different. The atmosphere of both of these planets, the gas is present, but there's one thing, that Titan, one of the moons of Saturn, is said to be having organic compounds. So a river of methane is said to be present on the moon of Saturn, called Titan. The telescopes have detected it. So it is possible that if we do not have resources to live on the Earth, then we can go to the moon of Saturn, Titan, to live there. But still research is left over that topic. Yeah, so not Saturn and Earth, but Earth and Venus, and in the future Earth and Mars could be the twin planets. Okay. Yeah, do watch the full video, comment in the live chat, and share it with as many people as possible. don't forget to shoot in your questions in the live chat. I'm sorry for the stream to be in the portrait mode and not in the landscape. It was because of the software that I'm using. The next time I'll switch to a different one. Don't hesitate in asking any question in the live chat. I also want to talk about my upcoming book, but I'm not sure if I should talk about it here or I should make a separate video about it. Maybe I'll make a separate video about the book. Or maybe I'll talk about it here. Well, you guys can ask your questions. That is for the end if I do that. Don't forget to like and share. You guys can shoot in your questions. I'm here waiting. So, yeah, about the night sky. So many people wander in the, like, they look at the night sky every night. The brightest star that you see there is not a star. You're fooled for life. It is actually a planet right here in our solar system. One of the famous planets, Venus. It is the brightest planet because of its nearness to the sun. So as you know that Mercury is the nearest to the sun, but you cannot see it in the night sky because it is so near to the sun that it looks like the sun has taken it in. But in case of Venus, the distance is such that it is visible to us in the night sky, and it is the brightest because of its nearness. Venus is visible in the morning as well, so late in the morning, like around 9 to 10, you can still see Venus in the night sky, in the morning sky I'd say. And you can see it from around 5 p.m. in the evening. So that's why it is said to be the brightest star, because of its nearness. So it's not a star, it's a planet rather. And Venus is actually fascinating as Mars. So it is possible that life would have existed on Mars, and it is also possible that life would have been there on Venus. Because Earth and Venus were used to be twin planets. Their atmosphere was almost the same. Their geography was almost the same. Same is the case with Mars. I made around 2 to 3 videos about Mars, and I'm planning to make a video about Venus. So I'll talk about it there as well. Continue liking the stream and dropping your questions in the live chat. I'm really very excited to answer your questions. And don't forget to share the stream with your friends. Yeah, do like and subscribe to the channel as well. Don't forget to drop in your questions. Let's make it as interactive as possible. About the rotation. Uh, Nothing is stable in our universe because of gravity. Gravity is present everywhere in the universe, like wherever you go. In our 5% known universe, as much we know, there's obviously more gravity in the part we don't know because it's the dark matter, and all of us know about the story of black holes. So, gravity is everywhere, that's why movement is everywhere. That's why the earth is rotating. That's why all the other planets are rotating, the asteroids are moving, meteors, and everything. And of course, galaxies are also rotating. They appear to be stationary in the night sky because as they move in a particular direction, with them we are as well moving. That's why, for example, if two buses are moving on the same path, both of them are moving, but both of them look to be the same. Uh, when you just look at them, when a person inside the bus looks at the other person inside the other bus, then they both look stationary, but still both of them are moving. So same is the case here. Both of us are moving as the earth is revoluting and rotating with the earth. All the galaxies are rotating. That's why they appear to be stationary. Nice question, Rohit. Continue shooting in your questions. And don't forget to share the stream and like it at the same time. Yeah, you're welcome. That's why I'm sitting here to solve all your questions. You can ask as many questions as possible, of course, till the time I'm live. Continue liking the stream and dropping your questions. You can ask the most basic questions as well. Hey, continue asking your questions. Where are you guys? Suddenly all of you went away. And yeah, excuse me for the portrait mode. I wanted it to be landscape, but due to some glitch in the software, I was not able to do it the way I wanted to do it. Don't forget to share the stream and ask your questions. That's what I'm here for today. I don't want to sit idle. Ask me anything. Just talk anything, but talk something. So that's a very so that's a really very interesting question. Uh, why do we see these stars as dots and not lines as we are moving at the same time? So here's the thing: what we see is actually light from that the star radiated thousands and thousands of light years ago. So though the speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, then too it takes light to travel millions and like hundreds and thousands of light years to travel to the earth. So the beams of light which you actually see are contracted. So consider this. Consider the ozone layer of the earth as a convex lens. Consider the light which was radiated by the star. Consider this light to be two rays. For example, you would have studied that in 10th grade or 12th grade. And the ozone layer and all the other layers of the atmosphere of the earth just contract the two rays. There are infinite rays, but let's right now just consider two rays. They just contract the two rays in such a way that you can see a beam or a small dot and not the line moving, because the light which you actually see was radiated the light that you actually see was radiated hundreds and thousands of light years ago. Hopefully this answers your question. Tell me if it does not, okay? Tell me if you're satisfied with the answers or not. I'll try a better way to explain in case. Well, recently I've introduced this concept of animations in my videos so that it just not remains to be a verbal communication or a verbal learning. Animations help you learn a thing faster. That's why I've recently introduced this concept of animations and pictures so that you can directly connect with the video. Don't forget to share the stream with your friends and shoot in your questions. I'm here for a detailed communication, so I'm not running away, but then to keep on shooting in your questions and like the stream. Don't forget to like the stream. I don't know what is my moderator doing here. I also asked Streamlabs to moderate for me here. Okay, my moderator is back. I also asked, oh, sorry. I also asked Sanya. I also asked Streamlabs to moderate for me here, but I don't know where are they. Keep on shooting in your questions. Okay, here's something. It is taking a while for the chat to come here. Yes, so about the red storm or the giant red spot on Jupiter. So in the initial days of science, people noticed the red spot on the planet and just ignored it because well, Galileo Galilei was not the person to introduce the telescope. Just let me search for it once. Can you search it for me, Anya? Who introduced the telescope for the first time? So I'll just talk about the person later, but the person who first introduced the telescope, of course at that time only we were able to observe the giant red storm on Jupiter. So for the first time when it was observed, then it was ignored because people did not care about other planets. It was like the news that the earth is not a cube and a circle, or rather an ellipse, was fascinating enough that people did not care about all the other things of the universe. So it went on for a few years, and after a few hundred years, people saw that the giant spot is actually expanding. Then it became a matter of worry because why was that spot expanding and not contracting? If that planet did not want it to enter a bad phase or a wrong phase, because Jupiter is a very important planet for the Earth. It protects us from many meteors. Had Jupiter not been there, then the Earth would have not been there in the shape that it is now. It is like a protector for us. It is like a guard for us, protecting us from different meteorites, asteroids, and different kind of dangers in the universe. So then it was a matter of worry that why is this red spot actually expanding and not contracting. Then too, people did not care about it much, and eventually people started to see that it was actually a storm rising in the southern hemisphere of Jupiter. You can still see the trace of it, but with time, around in the 18th to 19th century, that storm started to contract. So it is smaller in size as compared to the 15th century or the 16th century. At that time it was larger, but now it has started to contract, and that is a good thing for us that Jupiter is not in danger. Had it been in danger, then all the 4 planets lying before Jupiter, that is Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, will be in danger. So it is very good that it is contracting and not expanding. Yeah, who is the person? Can you just tell me? Okay, so it was Hans and something. Leprosy, if that's the right pronunciation. So it was not Galileo Galilei, but Hans Leprosy who invented a telescope. So next time just don't say Galilean telescope was the first telescope. I was also under this impression until this year or last year. Okay, yeah, so here's one more. Just give me a second, it's loading here. It's taking some time. I don't know why. About the twinkling. So I was talking about the twinkling thing yesterday night itself to my brother. So had these stars really been twinkling, then it would have been a blunder, because that would mean that there is a fluctuation in the light system of the universe, while hydrogen, helium and light are the most basic structures of the universe. So most of us know about this concept of reflection and refraction. So it's because of this concept of refraction that different beams of light refract at different time intervals. So like if one beam of light has refracted in a different direction, 1 second after, the second beam of light will refract in a different direction. That's why you are able to see the stars or the planets, whatever you see in the night sky, twinkling. But they are not actually twinkling. The light is not actually happening that way, the way you see it. Twinkle twinkle little star is a hell wrong poem, so just don't go for that. But it's the refraction and reflection which are playing a role in the twinkling of stars and planets. And what was the other part of the question? If the layers merge. Yeah, so if the layers merge, then the Earth will not be there, because if the layers merge, then we would not be here to observe these stars anymore. If the ozone layer and the stratosphere become the same, then the airplanes cannot fly over the ozone layer. So the main concept behind twinkling is reflection and refraction. I hope that it answers your question. If it does not, tell me if you're not satisfied by it. And don't forget to like the stream and share it with as many friends as possible. Yeah, thank you. Shoot in all the basic questions or all the advanced questions that you have. I try to answer them all, and if I don't know about them, then I'll research about them and make a separate video about it. I wouldn't read out things from Google, of course. Share it as much as you can. By the way, about Venus, so in the month of February, Venus was at such an angle that it was the nearest to the sun. So the brightest Venus has ever been, or it is ever, is in the month of February. So you can see Venus the earliest and the latest in the month of February. So that's a fun fact if you did not know about it already. And yeah, maybe I'll talk about it another time. Don't forget to shoot on your questions here and share it with as many people as you can. I'm tired of saying this, but I have to say this. And like the live stream. I'm sorry. What is it? You can. Why is there no gravity in space? There is gravity in space. That's why, is it something like that? Wait a second. Yeah, so it is nothing like there is no gravity in space. There is, of course, gravity in space. That's why every planet has got its different gravity because of layers present over it. So depending upon gravity. Yeah, so gravity actually exists in space. It's just that it exists in different magnitudes. So like for Earth, the small g is 9.8 meter per second. Most people know it. Meter per second square acceleration due to gravity. It fluctuates at different areas, and capital G remains the same. In case of the moon, it's 1/6 of the Earth. So if you're 60 kgs, if you're 60 kgs here, then you're 10 kgs on the moon, and same is the case with different planets. So it is just the force of gravity that is binding all the planets in the entire universe together. So if the Big Bang theory is correct and the universe is expanding as a balloon, which there are very less chances for it to be correct, but if it is correct, then the balloon is expanding just because of the force of gravity. In a way, had gravity not been there, then the stars would not have been there, then the stars would not be having their own gravity to pull the planets together. It is one thing that there is complete vacuum in space, so that's why there's you cannot talk in space because of the complete vacuum, because sound requires a medium to travel and vacuum is no medium. That's why you cannot communicate, but there is gravity there, and astronauts do fly in space because on moon the gravity is less as compared to the Earth, and same is the case with International Space Station. So there is gravity there as well, but lesser as compared to the Earth. So there is no place in the universe where the gravity is 0. I'll maybe research about it a little more, but as much as I've read about it, there is gravity. I'll talk about it to you in the next video, but I think in one book of Neil deGrasse Tyson called Letters to an Astrophysicist, he has explained about this concept of gravity in space quite well. So I encourage you to read that book as well, and you can also go for brief answers to the big question. So it also talks about the environment in space. It is written by Stephen Hawking, if you have not already read that. And there's also one book called Universe in a Nutshell, an excellent book, I must say. And 7 Basics of Physics by Carlo Rovelli. You can read that book there. He also talks about it. And so I just went to the books for no reason, but just if you want to read them. And about black hole gravity, this book called Black Hole Blues by Jana Levin. She has talked about black holes very well in that video. I encourage video I'm saying. In that book, I encourage you to read that book if you're not already. Okay, yeah. So here's the thing about the expansion of the universe. There are 1,000 theories about the expansion of the universe, about the origin of the universe, and there are different things in different theories. So in the last video I talked about the two-rock theory, the Big Bang theory, and Stephen Hawking's shuttlecock theory, also known as the wave model theory, according to Stephen Hawking and one more of his fellows, the universe is expanding in the form of a shuttlecock. So he actually wanted to specify a shuttle, like a starting point, but not an ending point. So according to this theory, there is no end to our universe or all the other universes which exist in this space. So of course, it's not just our universe here. There is multiverse, there are other universes. Mathematics agrees with it, and I'm sure in the future practicality will also agree with it. So according to his theory, the universe is expanding in the form of a shuttlecock. So it just had a starting point, and it will just go on expanding in the form of a shuttlecock. As you know, that shuttlecock does not have an end, because it is neither parallel lines, because parallel lines also meet at infinity, but diverging lines never meet. So according to him, the universe is actually expanding like a shuttlecock. But here is the thing proposed in the Big Bang theory. According to the Big Bang theory, the universe is actually expanding in the form of a balloon. So if the universe is expanding today, then as a balloon it will start contracting someday. So the galaxies and all the things which you see moving like this right now, like there is gravity still, but they are moving freely right now. But after a few billion years, 10 to 20 billion years after today, this entire universe will start to contract. And it is also said that the universe took a lot of time to expand and become what it is today, but it will just contract into one in a matter of seconds. So it will be just like this, and in a matter of seconds you are gone, the entire universe is gone and everything is gone. But it's going to take a lot of time, and there are many contradictory statements against the Big Bang theory. So the balloon structure is actually proposed in the Big Bang theory. Big Bang theory experiment 2 will take place in the year 2024 by NASA. So at that time it will be specified if it is correct or not, and if the universe is expanding in the shape of a balloon or not, or in some other shape. So it will be specified there. Yeah, so the next thing, yeah, the lack of time in a student's life, I completely get that, but it is good to just give at least half an hour a day to a book, or maybe 1 hour. I usually give 1 to 1.5 hours to books, because it is equally important, and I know that academic books will not help me a lot in my lifetime, and these books will. So that's why I rather read these books. vacuum tends to displace. See, the magnitude of gravity will actually fluctuate when the universe starts contracting. So today the magnitude of gravity of all the planets and like all the stars is different. And because of those stars, the magnitude of gravity of these planets is as well different. Of all the planets and all the exoplanets, it's different. But when the time will come that the universe has to contract, then these gravities will actually resonate with the vacuum, and that would be the time when the universe will collapse into itself. So the universe actually, according to the Big Bang theory, the universe was given birth by a small tiny particle which collapsed under its own gravity, and then there was this expansion, and there will be a time when this entire universe will contract into one, when these gravities of all these stars and all these planets and that start to resonate with the vacuum. So that will be the time. Anya, can you just text Mossy? Yeah, so it's because of that only. Is there some glitch, a serious glitch now? Yeah, so don't forget to share the stream and like the video. It's been a long time of me talking here. Can you refill this glass, please? Thanks. Are you satisfied with the answers? If you're not, then you can tell me in the chat box. I'm sitting right here to answer your questions. And don't forget to drop in your questions. And don't forget to drop in your questions. I'm sorry. So you can ask me any questions from the basic level to the advanced level. Just don't hesitate. No question is stupid. Share this stream with as many people as possible. Thanks. I'm really very sorry for the background noise if you can hear any. Okay. Don't hesitate in asking your questions here, okay? I'm getting your questions quite late. Share the stream with as many people as possible and like it if you tune in. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I thought of talking about my book here, but there's no point because there are just 3 people here. So I'll talk about it in another stream maybe. And not in a stream, a video. I'll make a separate video about it. Shoot in your questions, people, and share it with as many people as you can. And don't forget to like the stream if you tune in. I don't know what's wrong with the interface here, and I did not want it to be this way. I'll change the software next time. Because I also asked the software to give me a moderator, but it is not helping me with that. But yeah, share it with as many people as you can. You can shoot in any questions from the basic to the advanced level. Don't hesitate in asking questions. I've been repeating the same lines 100 times and I'm tired of it, but I need to do it because that's what here I am for. I don't want to sit idle. Shoot in your questions here. Don't make me sit idle because that's the thing I hate the most. I'm sorry for the background noise. And I hope that my answers are satisfactory and like not boring kinda. So it's already almost 1 hour that I am live here. I'll be here for like 15 more minutes and then I'll go. I'll leave you guys to yourself. Don't forget to like the stream and share it with your friends and your family. So we are done with 1 hour here. With how many questions? How many questions did I answer? Around 15 to 20 questions. So like that's a good amount of questions. Not bad. If only people watch it after it ends, then only it can be of any help. Well, last time people watched it and I was surprised that people are watching a whole 1 hour live stream after it is over. So like that was great. If people do that, then this is the best. Because I'm just free to talk anything. I don't have to make a formal video. It is actually a whole job in itself and I have to make a video. Share the live stream with your friends and family. Asia and Europe are separated by land masses? I don't know. I think no, they are separated by a range of mountains, I guess. I read that in geography in grade 8. Uh, if I'm not wrong, let me see. Yeah, the Ural Mountains. They are separated by the Ural Mountains. I used to pronounce it as Ural Mountains initially. That's why I remember that there was a range of mountains somewhere. The teacher was amazing back then. Yeah, so you guys can ask me questions related to geography, just not chemistry, anything else. So here's a live stream going on, so don't consider me mad for looking here and not there. Shoot any questions. 12 more minutes and I'll go. And I'll come maybe next month somewhere. Once a month is a lot of time. I'd see if I'd do it once 2 months or once a month. I'd look into it. Because right now I would be doing something, if not streaming. Something, studying something maybe. Don't forget to like the stream and share it with as many people as you can. I'm sitting here repeating these same 4 lines. I don't know how many times I've said that in these 60 minutes. 60 times at least, I guess. So don't forget to do this. I'm sorry if there is any background noise disturbance or any kind of disturbance. Don't forget to shoot in your questions. Okay, so that's because it's not like they go away from the sun. The sun also has its own gravity and it tends to attract the particles in the universe towards it. So it's not just the planets in our universe, and it's not just 8 planets in our solar system. If you just don't know, when the model of the solar system was being made, then many planets were neglected from the system because of the symmetry. So symmetry was given more importance than the number of planets, and that there are 3 main rules for a planet to become to be called a planet legally. That's why Pluto was stopped, because it was going into the orbit of Neptune. It was causing some hindrance. And about the comet, so the sun, the gravity of the sun, see, gravity is a force which tends to attract everything, and it is the least magnituded force. It is got the least magnitude out of all the main 3 forces in the universe. So be it comets, be it asteroids, be it meteors, the sun tends to attract them all. But it's the layers of the earth, above the earth, which don't want it to become a part of the atmosphere of the earth. continuously some comets, some asteroids, some meteor is entering into the atmosphere of Venus. But the atmosphere of Venus is so harsh in them that they just burn on touching the surface of this planet. And that's why Jupiter is a very important planet, because of its size and its strength of gravity, and because of the number of moons that it has. Jupiter and Saturn are the largest planets, and it is actually protecting us from all these harmful meteors and asteroids, and they are just ending there. So sun and gravity tends to attract all of them, but it is the layers of the earth, the size of Jupiter, and the atmosphere here that tends to repulse them away. So gravity will always remain an attractive force. I am attracted to this camera right now, and everything is attracted towards the other thing. It's just the magnitude of how much magnitude that forces, that gravity is of that person, uh, because to pull it from one place to the other. The magnitude of gravity of the earth is very much higher as compared to ours or any object here. Yeah, so that's pretty much the case. I've been speaking for 1 hour, and I'm actually tired, kind of tired. Yeah, people, don't forget to like the stream. And there's no matter of thanks. I'm here to answer your questions only. Yeah, don't forget to like and share the stream. So 5 more minutes and I'll just run away. So please do me a favor, like and share the stream with as many people as possible. I don't know how many people will watch them after it's over, because the length of the video is almost 1 hour. Yeah, but it is gonna be helpful, you see. Much more helpful than videos, because I've answered around 25 or maybe less, 25 questions here. I hope that the presentation of this live stream was much better than the past one, because last time there was some glitches with the software. So I've used the same software but on my phone this time. So I think it will be helpful. I've not used the camera. Excuse me. Don't forget to like the stream and keep the live chat active for the next 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, I'll leave you guys to yourself. So I won't eat your head for more time, for a lot of time. By the way, your questions were really good. So thanks for all the questions and asking me, and considering me to be a person eligible enough to answer your questions. Thank you so much. next time I'll try and keep the presentation a little better than this time, and try to fill up the whole screen, turning the video into landscape from portrait. I apologize for this kind of presentation. Don't forget to like the stream, people. Three more minutes and I'll run away. 3. I'm sorry for the background noise if there's any. So I think there are no more questions. That's it for today. That's it for this live stream. In the next video, I'll be coming up with this video about the Orion constellation and how can you detect constellation in the night sky. Maybe I'll make a separate video about it. But yeah, for the next upcoming videos, like 5 videos or less than 5 videos are gonna be about interesting facts related to constellations. And the next, you guys can tell me in the comment section always what do you want and what do you want me to talk about, so I can discuss it there. It was all about today. Thanks for your questions. Your questions were amazing. Yeah, so Siddhi, about the constellations, I'll be coming, I'll not be coming live, but I'll be making a separate video about it soon, like in next few days, in about 10 days. In 10 days, I'll maybe upload 2 videos at max. So I'll make a video about it the other time. Today was amazing. Your questions were amazing. I answered about 25 questions and it was an amazing 1 hour with you guys. I try and come live every month to answer all your queries live here. I don't care about the number of people watching, but I do care about the questions that I get, the number of questions that I get, because I want this live stream to be helpful. So don't forget to tune in these live streams. See you next time. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, stay healthy, stay happy, explore as much as you can, read as much as you can, go out of your comfort zone, explore this world out. You've got just a short lifespan. Make it count for yourself and for the world. Humanity has got less than 500,000 years, so let your lifespan be an important one here. See you next time. Bye bye.